Here's a t-shirt. These are scissors. Go crazy. Do I look like a girl who cares that people look at me funny? Give me a few hours, I could so make that. Happy snipping! Hey viewers, my name's Cara, and real quick, while I happen to be wearing this shirt, I've done a tutorial on this. I did it for a contest though, so I didn't do it as I was making it. I made the shirt and then told the person that the contest was for how I did it. That's not very comprehensive for the rest of you if you haven't already done this kind of thing before. So someone asked me how to make this shirt, so I'm not going to do a whole brand new one and show you step by step, but I thought I would explain it a little bit more thoroughly. So this was a little boy's Incredible Hulk t-shirt that I got at a garage sale several years ago. Basically, you want to get a shirt that already kind of fits you. It can be a little baggy, but it shouldn't be oversized. This is not a recon to make it smaller, this is just kind of a decorative thing. So it should already kind of fit you. First thing you do is cut off the sleeves on the inside of the seam so you no longer have a seam over here. And then the back is a Racerback. So really all you do is flip it over so that you look at the back of the shirt and you just cut that kind of double crescent shape into the sides, starting at the top and then going down to below where your arm would be. You literally just cut that shape into the shirt so the shirt actually looks like that shape. And then you just take a scrap of fabric, a ribbon, any kind of thing, or in this case I used another piece of the t-shirt to tie this in the middle, and then this can slide up and down. That's just wrapped around it, but I need to show you a little bit more closely so you can see the exact tie that I used, so I need to change and do a close-up. Okay, now I can show you. So here's a close-up of the front of the shirt. The only thing that really looks different is that it no longer has sleeves. You turn it over to get to the back, and literally all you're going to do here is cut an arch from the end of the shoulder, where the shoulder seam was, to where the arm seam was, which is pretty low. On this one especially, I don't know if it will always be, it won't. But you can cut it down lower if you want, and you're literally just going to cut this big loop shape in it. You just cut, cut, cut right there. Do the same thing on the other side. So this in the center is solid. I know you can't see it because I've got this wrapped around it, but that is a solid piece in the middle of the shirt. And here is just a tiny ribbon, so you can see this is really all you have to do. If you don't even have to tie it with anything, but you can do something as simple as tying it with a ribbon, so it'll just look like that. Tie it smaller in any way you want. Scrap of fabric, ribbon, hair tie, anything. In this case, I made it a little bit fancy and I used some scrap from one of the sleeves and I made a tube basically out of it because this is the original tag from the shirt. I cut the tag out, put that on the inside of a solid tube of fabric, sewed it around to keep it in place, sewed it inside out. You can see on the inside it has the seam where I closed it, and then I, flipped it inside out like this, and then I cut through one layer of the tube to expose the Hulk face from where I had sewn the tag on the inside of the tube. That's what the back of the tube looks like. So yeah, I just folded over some scraps of fabric and I made this tube, but you by no means have to go that fancy. It's probably actually the most detailed thing I've ever done on such a simple recon. So it is baggy on me, which you could see when I had it on. Like this part is all really loose still. You can feel free to tighten that up if you want, but this doesn't have to be a sewing project. This is entirely no sew. The only way I sewed is because I did this with the tie. But all you have to do is cut off sleeves, cut those little shapes in the back to make your Racerback shape, and then cinch it closed with something. This is a no-sew project, unless you choose for it not to be. So that's how I made this particular shirt, and feel free to add different elements to it, use different things to tie it, do different decorations here. I chopped it up with some nail clippers and made runs in it and stuff like that up at the top to kind of make it look more Hulk-like, I guess. You can cut and tie the sides to make it smaller if you want, or use any kind of shortening or tightening skill, design, pattern, whatever you want to call it, to add more things to the shirt. But this is just the basic Racerback shape, and it's that simple. So happy snipping! I'll see you next time. Bye!